is further east, yes.
Okay. I don't have any further questions, sir.
Any regret?
No, sir.
Can the witness be excused?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you may sit down, you're now excused.
Thank you, sir.
And what month was this?
I would say December. She said she got the gun for Christmas,
Okay.
and if I remember correctly, it was probably somewhere around the 28th of December.
You live in East Milton, right?
Correct.
Okay. That, I guess, encompassed her yard. Was it your fence or was it her fence? You were across the street, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay. So it would have been her fence to her yard.
The fence that she was standing at was actually the neighbor between, there's a small strip of land that the neighbor across the street from me owns.
Okay.
Her yard was right behind that. So it would actually be his fence.
Okay. Where was her house in relationship to yours?
If you walked out my front door, you go out to the street, you cross the street, there's a small strip of land probably about 10 feet wide. That's my neighbor's yard. It's just a small strip. Behind that fence is her backyard and into her house.
Okay. So it's behind that fence is her property.
Correct.
Okay. So I think you said multiple encounters with her regarding her animals. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it would probably be safe to say that you were not especially fond of her because of those encounters with her animals, correct?
I would not say whether I disliked her or liked her.
Well, you had arguments with her.
I had told her multiple times, please keep your dogs out of my yard,
And-
yes.
And were those times before the shotgun incident?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The
Close the microphone as you can. I'm going to ask you to speak into the microphone loud enough so that everybody can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Will you state your full name, please?
Brian Matthew Diley,
And will you spell your last name for us?
Deily.
Mr. Diley, where are you employed?
Blackwater River Correctional Facility. I work for the civilian contractor that does the medical department.
And where do you live?
Live at 5251 Black Road, Milton, Florida.
All right. How long have you lived on Black Road in Milton, Florida?
I had the house built in 2002.
Mr. Diley, do you know Mary Rice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How do you know her?
I had dealt with her multiple times with complaints of her pets getting in my yard.
Okay.
And then in addition, on somewhere around December 28th, unfortunately, she shot towards my house.
Okay. And let me back you up. Does that mean you lived close to Ms. Rice?
Yes, ma'am. If you look out my front door, look across the street, I'm basically looking at her backyard.
Okay. And you said she shot into your backyard?
She shot actually towards the front of my house.
Okay. What were you doing at that time?
At that time, I was actually in my driveway changing the oil pan gasket on my car.
Okay. And what first caught your attention? That
Loud boom, and then it sounded like rain on my house and my car. So I slid out from under my car, and it went off again. Same noise, and I screamed, "Who's shooting a gun?"
Okay. And then what happened next?
About 3 or 4 minutes later, Miss Rice came to her fence, and she said it was me. I got a new shotgun for Christmas, and I was trying it out. I asked her, well, why were you shooting, or what were you shooting at? She's like, I was shooting at the trees.
Okay. All right. And did you suggest to her that that might not be a good idea?
Yes, ma'am. I said,
Okay.
that's not a safe thing to do. You can't just shoot at trees. And then she said, well, I was using home defense rounds. They're not lethal at that distance.
Okay.
I said, well, what if there was a kid walking down the street or something, you could have hit them? And then I called the law enforcement. I called 911.
Okay. Did she say something to you about being military?
She said she was retired military and that she knew what she was doing.
Okay. Did you call law enforcement out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did they show up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Those are my questions. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Mr. Rose?
This encounter that you had with this woman, you mentioned that you have a long driveway going to your house. About how long would you say it was?
100 feet?
Okay. And the car was on the far end of the driveway?
Right.
Okay. If somebody didn't want to be seen in that car, it would have been easy for you to miss them, correct? From that distance?
Someone could have been laying on the floorboard in the back, I guess. So,
Okay.
yeah,
How long did this encounter take, this transaction?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay. You can't tell us for sure that there was nobody in that car, can you?
No,
Okay. Did this was at nighttime, did the lights stay on the car while it was at the end of the driveway?
which lights? The headlights?
I'm talking about the headlights.
No,
Okay, the headlights were out.
correct.
Okay. Did you have to explain to the woman how to use the gun?
No,
Okay, you didn't show her how to put the clip in or anything of that nature?
no.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Any regret?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, can this witness appear as close to the microphone as you can? Please speak into the microphone, allowing us so that everyone can hear.
Good morning.
Morning.
Will you state your name, please?
James Haynes.
And Mr. Haynes, this courtroom is huge and the acoustics are awful. Can you either get a little bit closer to that microphone or pull it towards you? Sorry, it's uncomfortable. Thank you. Mr. Haynes, where do you live?
On Callioka Road in 8 Mile.
Can you spell Callioka for our court reporter?
Kali and second word OKA.
Okay. And what are the, what's the street number assigned to your residence?
10630.
I am publishing State's Exhibit number 191. Mr. Haynes, did you put an advertisement in the Pensacola Shopper back in around February 2017?
No, it's Mobile Shopper.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, this says Pensacola at the top.
I think it gets distributed.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you put it in Mobile,
Right.
and then it gets distributed to local areas. Okay. And at the time, was your phone number 251-375-1268?
Yes.
Okay. Did you advertise an SKS assault rifle in the shopper?
Yes.
Did you get a phone call about it?
Yes.
Okay, and do you recall if it was a male or female?
Well, there were a few phone calls from
Okay.
various people.
Okay, was one of those phone calls from a female?
Yes.
Okay. And did you end up selling this SKS rifle?
Yes.
Where did you sell it physically?
In my front yard.
Okay. And can you describe the person you sold it to?
A woman, 30-ish, about 5'6", 5'5", something like that.
Okay. Do you remember hair color?
Dark. It was at night, so yeah, it was dark hair.
Okay. Did this female tell you who she was purchasing it for?
Said it was for her husband, a present, birthday present.
And how did she pay?
Cash.
It looks like in your ad it's advertised for $425. How much did she actually pay for it?
$420. Didn't have any change. There were all she had was 20s that I saw.
Okay. And was this female in a car?
It might have been an SUV, but it was a white car. I got a long driveway, and it was parked down at the other end. And it was night, so
Okay.
Just a light-colored vehicle.
And could you, when the car pulled up, did she get out of the driver's side or the passenger side?
On the driver's side.
Could you see when she got out of the car, did a light come on or anything?
Sure.
And could you see anyone in the passenger seat, back seat, anywhere else?
I looked, and I didn't see anyone.
And why were you trying to pay attention?
Well, it was at night, and I didn't want to get robbed. I didn't want to be a car full of people coming to,
Yes, sir. Okay, and you keep saying it was at nighttime. Do you remember approximately what time it was?
10:30.
And did this female approach you and have a conversation with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you explain anything about the gun to her?
Not really. It was short and sweet. Just I handed it to her when she walked up. She shouldered it, looked at it, and
She shouldered it?
yeah,
What-
you
I
know,
don't- Okay,
just looked down it and
gotcha.
said, "Yeah, I think he'll like this." And I said, "Yeah, if my wife brought me one of these, I'd be happy with it too." Yeah.
Yes, sir. Did this lady seem scared or upset, nervous, distressed?
No, like it was everyday thing. I mean, just calm.
I am showing, oops, this is State's Exhibit number 170. Mr. Haynes, does that appear to be the rifle? that you
Looks
sold?
like it. Yeah.
At any time while this lady was there with you, and I know you said it was short, did you hear the horn honk from her car?
No.
If this lady had asked you for help or to call 911, would you have helped her?
Of course.
Did you have a firearm on you at that time?
Yes, I did.
And were you on your property?
Yes, I was.
Thank you, sir. Those are all my questions.
Mr. Brooks?
Mr. Johnson, the box that you're looking at now, is that a box that a gun would have come in, basically from the store?
It appears to be, yes, sir.
Okay. You said it's from a high point, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know whether that box was ever processed or anything?
I do not know.
Okay. It's just something that you found in the home?
Yes.
Okay. And what else were you looking for in the home when you went there?
I was involved in the fugitive end of the investigation, so we usually look for anything that could help us locate their whereabouts.
Okay. Other than the box that you were asked about today, were you able to find anything else that would help?
No, sir, we didn't.
Okay. Did you play any other part in this investigation?
That was it, sir.
And were
Later
you
that
out there in
day.
LaGrange, Georgia, when Mary Rice was arrested?
No, sir, I wasn't.
Okay. I have no further questions, Judge.
Can you read it right?
No, Your Honor.
And so it's